Hi everyone, it's Tony from Red Q. If you haven't seen it, that's our new office behind. Just some short messages for me. It's been a fantastic year, which I'd like to thank all our shareholders for being loyal, and hopefully you're quite happy with the results. The pleasing thing for me in 2016 has been the turnaround of Philippines and Indonesia as we march towards an ASEAN and an Asian company. Our earnings growth is not only going to be powered by what Aireen is going to tell you about, plus what you read in the annual report, but what I'd like to focus on is now we have two more engines of growth. We have Malaysia doing well, we have Thailand doing well, but now we have Philippines and Indonesia also doing well. I always said Philippines was our rough diamond, and I think it's going to come out into a beautiful diamond in the not too distant future. On top of that, our investments in India is beginning to pay off. It's been tough getting into such a big market, and Japan is finally, I think, about to launch, and hopefully we can turn both of those around like we've done with Indonesia and Philippines. So ASEAN is looking very good. Our ASEAN story continues with the announcement of an impending joint venture in Vietnam, and recently I returned from Cambodia, where the Cambodian government was very excited to offer us a 100% license. So the ASEAN story goes from strength to strength, and obviously, as you've read, we announced a MOU to do a JV in China, which will hopefully launch in the not too distant future. So really, in 16 years, we are now probably incredibly dominant in ASEAN, but we've earned the right to be called AirAsia, because apart from being very strong in ASEAN, we have the two biggest countries in Asia, India and China, in our grasp, plus we have Japan. So the foundation for growth is amazing. We are now split into three businesses. We have our passenger service business, we have our ancillary income business, and then we have our private equity business in the fact that we have investments and stakes that either contribute to revenue or reduce cost. Those are such as Expedia, our leasing company, Big Pay, Tune Protect, and so on and so forth. The strategy going forward is that AirAsia will continue to grow passenger revenues and ancillary revenues, and hopefully contribute a good profit margin and a good profit. But on top of that, I think we've consistently paid a dividend, depending on where you put the price. We gave a dividend of 5%, which I think is amazing for an airline. Plus, I believe going forward, every couple of years, due to our investments in many companies, we'll be able to declare a special dividend. So what's exciting is my vision and passion, along with my board and my partner Kamarudin, in building an ASEAN airline is taking shape. And I believe in the not too distant future, who knows, we might have one company owning 100% of all those airlines. That's my dream and what I'm working towards. It looks tough, but hey, when we started 16 years ago with only 2 planes, who would have believed that 3 weeks ago we'd be sitting in Beijing announcing an MOU in China. So dreams do come true. Thanks for your belief, thanks for your support, and well, I'll be seeing you now anyway. So don't ask for too many free things. Cost is king. Bye.
Hello everyone, welcome to our 24th annual general meeting at AirAsia. The year 2016 marked our 15th anniversary. We celebrated this milestone with an expanded network and some meaningful events. We operated 225 routes connecting 109 destinations in 18 countries, of which 66 routes are unique to us, served by only AirAsia. During the year itself, we introduced 27 new routes across the group. Other than Malaysia, we have associate airlines in Thailand, Indonesia, the Philippines, India, and soon to be Japan, which will be starting its operations soon. This is only the beginning. For a lot of our shareholders who have been with us for years, we have always promised growth. And we are pleased to deliver that, along with our promise to the people to make air travel affordable for all. Key achievements in 2016. In 2016, AirAsia was again named the world's best low-cost airline for the 8th consecutive year by Skytrax. We also received our first Airbus A320neo aircraft in September, which is 15% more fuel efficient and 6 more seats as compared to its predecessor. One of the most important milestones for 2016 is we achieved a record year in terms of financial and operational performance. We are pleased to share that in 2016, we are the best performing airline stock in Asia. We consistently paid dividends over the past years and we're seeking for your approval to do so for 2016. Our strong performance was supported by our associate airlines as well as our ancillary and adjacency businesses. Our growth plan can be grouped into 3 pillars. The first pillar being our scheduled commercial flights, which is our core business. The second pillar is the ancillary business, and the third being adjacency business. For our core business, we will grow our network, which will further improve connectivity. We continue to strengthen our hubs and increase frequency on existing routes. We create new routes by connecting existing destinations that has been created by the whole group. We introduce new destinations into our network. In addition, to grow our overall footprint, we have set up a new associate airline in Japan, which will commence operations in the second half of this year. We just announced setting up a joint venture in Vietnam. We have recently signed a memorandum of understanding for a joint venture to establish a low-cost carrier in China. We are facilitating our growth with a firm fleet delivery plan that runs up to 2028. In 2017, the group fleet size is expected to increase by 29 aircraft, which will bring the fleet size to 203 A320s by end of this year. Ancillary income is a high-margin business and fuels growth for the company. It is making more meaningful contribution to our earnings and provides an additional source of revenue to buffer against uncertainties. Our ancillary income grew by more than 10% to ringgit 48 per passenger. We expect to increase the take-up rate for our ancillary products. Our focus will be to increase revenue from seat selection, Rocky, our in-flight Wi-Fi service, food and beverage, baggage fees, fly-through and duty-free. We will also be increasing our fly-through connections to become the one-stop airline to anywhere in Asia. Our third pillar of business is adjacency business, and this is what we call our private equity or non-core airline businesses. We develop new services and solutions with innovative partners, leveraging our existing business and customer base to build competitive advantage in new areas, reinforcing the strength of our core business. Our current focus is digitalization. We recognize the potential of leveraging on the vast data we have from the 369 million guests carried over the last 15 years to be able to connect better with them and further enhance their experience. The travelers of today and tomorrow want personalized and seamless traveling experience. By studying our data that we have collected over the years, we will be able to offer this to our guests. Apart from that, digitalization will also help us to reduce costs further by automating more operations and integrating all our operational data while we optimize efficiencies along our entire value chain from procurement to aircraft engineering and maintenance, cabin crew rostering and in-flight service. During the year, we set up a full-fledged data and digital team to manage our digitalization journey for enhanced revenue and greater cost savings. Keeping costs low is integral to the sustainability of our business. To drive efficiencies and cost discipline, we are centralizing many functions and processes to reduce redundancies and to optimize costs. By centralizing many of our functions across the group, we will be able to achieve economies of scale and reduce our unit costs further. Maintaining our position as the world's lowest cost airline means that we can continue offering affordable air travel to all while sustaining a business that will benefit our shareholders. Our focus on being cost disciplined as we grow will improve further as we integrate all the resources throughout the group and become truly one AirAsia. Thank you.